Witness stand. Go ahead and get yourself seated and adjusted. Once you're comfortable, go ahead and I'd like you to aim the microphone at your chin and then make sure the light is on the base. Okay, Mr. Knutson, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Could you state your name for the record, please?
April Alyea.
I'm sorry?
My name's actually April Alyea.
Oh, well, there was a recent name change?
Yes, I was married
Okay. When did that marriage take place?
in 2022.
Okay. So a lot of our documents had a different last name. What was Molton?
Yes.
Okay. Could you spell your last name for us, please? The current last name.
Alyea.
Okay. And April is spelled the normal way?
Yes.
Okay. Did you know Anita and Nichole?
Yes.
How did you know them?
We went to school together
Where would that have been?
in Velva.
Okay. Were you all part of the same graduating class?
Yes.
Okay. Were you friends with either of them?
Yes.
Who were you friends with?
I was, I guess, friends with both of them, but I was close with Anita.
Okay. How big are the graduating classes at Velva?
It's pretty small. There was like, I don't know, maybe 30.
Okay. So smaller school, you pretty much know everybody. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
All right. Now, going back to June of 2007, do you recall that time frame?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're talking about the time around when Anita was murdered. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to need to speak up, okay?
Okay.
You do seem like you're getting a little emotional up there. If you need a moment, just let us know, okay?
Okay.
All right. Do you remember when you heard about Anita's death?
Yes.
When did you hear about that death?
When I was at work,
Where was that at?
Choice Hotels.
Okay. Did you work with Anita there?
No.
Okay. What did you do at Choice Hotels?
I was a reservation agent.
Okay. So you worked the front desk?
No, I just worked a call center.
Oh, okay. I apologize. So you heard about Anita's death. What happened next?
I left work and I went home. And then a group of us went and we met at a friend's house. We all got together.
Whose house was that?
Sorry. We all met up at Miranda's house.
If you need a tissue, there's some up there.
Okay.
Okay. Who was Miranda?
It's another one of our friends.
Okay. And who all was there?
Amber, Larissa, Robin, Tammy, Kelly, I think Whitney. There was quite a few of us.
Would these have all been people that grew up together in Velva?
Yeah.
Okay. So you were all high school classmates?
Yeah.
Of course, this occurred just a year or so after graduation?
Yeah.
Okay. Did Nichole join the group?
Yeah, she was the last one to arrive.
What did Nichole say anything when she got there?
Yeah, when she arrived at the house, we all kind of walked over to go talk to her because she had just gotten back from the police station. So we went over to kind of find out like what had happened and what she knew. And when she got there, we were kind of, I guess, surprised because, sorry.
Take your time.
When she got out of the car, the rest
I'm
of
going to
us...
object for hearsay, Your Honor.
Overruled. When she got out of the car is all she said. Keep going.
When she got out of the car, the rest of us had been crying and upset about the death. And, you know, we were still trying to figure out, you know, what had happened and what was going on. And when she got out, the first thing she told us was that she was going to the police station, or she had just gotten back from the police station, and that they wanted her to go up to the apartment to go look around and see if she knew if anything was missing up there, and that her pink iPod better not be missing. And I found it very funny that that's what she was concerned about, was an item being missing.
So Nichole was the one saying that her pink iPod better not be missing?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you said that seemed odd to you?
Yeah, the rest of us were concerned about Anita being dead, and she was worried about an item being missing from the apartment.
Did Nichole say anything about Anita?
At that time, or what do you mean?
Either that time or other times that you recall?
I mean, there were times where she'd be upset with her and stuff, but I guess I can't like tell you a specific time in general, but
you recall her being upset with Anita?
yeah, I mean, there were times where she'd be angry with her and times where she'd, mention that she was upset with her and stuff, but
Like, how often would you say that happened?
I mean, I guess I can't give you a specific number.
It's been a long time ago, so
Yeah.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Sand, do you have any cross-examination?
Yep, just briefly, Your Honor. April, did you have a chance to get together with the state and rehearse what was going to be said today on the stand?
Objection, Your Honor, as to the characterization.
Mr. Sand, reword your question, please.
Did you have a chance to talk to the state about your testimony today prior to being up here?
Yes,
When was that?
a little bit ago.
What's that?
Just a little bit ago.
How long ago?
10 minutes ago, maybe?
10 minutes ago. Is there anything they asked you to key in on? Anything specific they wanted you to look over before you testified? Make sure you remembered.
I mean, not really.
What did you guys discuss?
I mean, they asked me if I knew both of them,
Okay. Anything else?
if I went to the clubs with them, and if I remembered going anywhere. They asked me if I met with anybody after.
I'm talking about the state's attorney here.
Yeah.
Okay.
They asked me if we got together after we found out.
Okay. Anything else?
No, not really.
And this was 10 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Okay. So they asked you questions to go over your testimony?
I mean, kind of.
Okay. But you discussed what was going to be talked about here on the stand today?
Kind.
If I'm wrong, that's fine.
I mean, kind of, but not really.
Okay. But they asked you about the get-together, what you were going to be talking about on the stand.
I guess
Mr. Sand,
I'm
are you
not
going
really
somewhere with
sure.
I'll move on to the next one.
I'm not sure what you're asking, I guess.
Do you recall an interview from March 10th of 2022 with Officer Talbot and a man named Steve Spignola from Cold Justice? You don't recall that?
Not necessarily.
Please answer the question. Do you recall it or do you not?
No.
I showed you a transcript of that interview. Would that help you remember maybe?
Probably.
Is that better? Okay, great. Thank you.
He's not reading the whole thing, Mr. Sand.
Well, I'm just trying to refresh your recollection, Your Honor.
And ask her the question if she remembers it now.
I mean,
Do you remember giving this interview? Over the phone.
kind of.
Can I take this back from here?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of remember it, but I mean, I can't tell you exactly what was said in the interview.
No, I'm just asking if you remember talking to Officer Talbot.
Yeah, I remember them
Justice.
calling me.
Do you remember telling Mr. Spignola you don't want any drama when it comes to being in the documentary?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Do you remember him asking you if they could use what you were saying in the documentary?
Yeah.
Called Justice? Do you remember them asking you primarily about Nikki a lot, about Nichole?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you remember at the end of that interview, they wanted to make sure you were okay with them.
Objection has relevance, Your Honor.
Well, I'm not sure, but it's crossed, so I'll give him some leeway. Objection's overruled.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Do you remember your 2007 interview with Detective Barnard? I know that's a long time ago. You don't remember talking to him after Anita passed away? Just a couple of days.
I mean, I know I went in and talked to him, but I don't remember the interview.
Okay. Do you remember discussing Club 101?
Yeah.
Do you remember what you said about Club 101? If I showed you that interview, might that help you remember?
I couldn't tell you.
Can you read that part right there? I'll ask you about it. Let me know when you're done taking a look at that.
Yeah.
Do you remember talking about a guy that was dancing with her at Club 101 that was grabbing her and you guys couldn't get him away from her?
Yeah.
Can you clarify who you're talking about? Grabbing whom?
Grabbing Anita, I apologize.
Yes.
Do you recall that this interview had a lot to do with what happened at Club 101 and what guys you guys were hanging out with and Anita hung out with?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you had testified earlier that this new interview in 2022 with the cold justice, Steve Spignola, that centered much more on Nikki, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Two very different interviews.
Yes.
Those are the only questions I have. Thank you.
Mr. Nelson, any redirect?
The fact that you talked to cold justice, Did that have any impact on your testimony today?
No.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Is she here by subpoena?
She is, Your Honor.
Did you have anything else, Mr. Sand?
No, sir.
Any objections to her release?
No, sir.
She can be released, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much, ma'am. You may come and go as you please. Next witness, Ms. Sorgan.
Again, me, Your
I'm
Honor.
sorry, Mr. Nelson.
That's
My
quite all right.
apologies.